The Boston Celtics are making some key moves as they brought back Drew Peterson on a two-way contract, once again retaining all their players. And Joe Mazzulla and the coaching staff has a big update as Sam Cassell and a bunch of the Celtics head coaching staff that has stayed has gotten a promotion. We'll be discussing what Brad Stevens and Wyc Grousbeck have been cooking up for this Boston Celtics team this offseason for them to continue to get a dynasty going for the Boston Celtics. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of Celtics Digest. I'm Bruce Veliz. Before we get into this video, you guys have been absolutely crushing it, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. So keep continuing what you're doing because we do appreciate all the support that you've been giving us since the finals. But once again, let's get into the video at hand. Make sure to grab a snack. The first topic at hand that we're going to be diving into today is Drew Peterson coming back. Now, yes, this did happen a little bit. It did happen yesterday, and we did cover it in our live stream. We did want to be able to get this out for you guys as well. So if we want to look and see, we can see from Michael A. Scotto, courtesy of Hoops Hype, he was the first one to have this. I was out disc golfing and saw that Celtics had agreed on a two-way contract with Drew Peterson. Let's go. Drew Peterson, another guy who can show some potential to be a nice shooter for this Celtics team. Now, obviously, it is a two-way contract. He's not going to be playing with this regular Celtics squad. He's going to be on the main Celtics. But this is another guy for depth, another guy to just continue to build and continue to grow in this main Celtics team to help them get a push for their championship, but also for him to learn and kind of get under the ropes of things from the guys that have gone through the main Celtics. Obviously, guys like Luke Cornett, Sam Hauser, he's a very similar play type to Sam Hauser, and Sam Hauser will definitely give him some of the ropes and show him that. And also, maybe it could be that Sam Hauser replacement if he does command more than the Celtics can't pay him after this team option. But let's kind of look at this, roster for the Boston Celtics here. As we all know, Drew Peterson is going to be on a two-way contract, so it's not going to really affect the salary cap. But the Celtics are basically locked up with their roster here. They have 14 guys under roster, including Baylor Sharman now, bringing Xavier Tillman, Neemias Queta, and Luke Cornett. Celtics have successfully brought back everybody besides Svi Mykhailiuk and Oshae Brissett. Now, Oshae Brissett, we did have a little bit of an update for him yesterday in the live stream, but he backed out of Team Canada to kind of look at his options in free agency. So it looks like he's trying to find a team regardless if that's with the Celtics or if that's with another franchise to get more minutes or to get more playing time. But the option is on the table for Oshae Brissett to come back to this Boston Celtics team. So I do think that he will test the market and go somewhere else in free agency, but he could be that last roster spot. And if not, Brad Stevens could hold that last roster spot open. We've seen him do it plenty of times before. But Drew Peterson, in my eyes, can be that maybe sneaky shooter coming off the bench for the main Celtics. A good guy to keep in the development program. And who knows, maybe he can pop off and be a nice 3-and-D wing replacement if one of our guys does go down with an injury. Always want to have that insurance, obviously, for a guy in Drew Peterson. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you watch the main Celtics, if you're in Maine or you really do pay attention to the G League, let me know what you guys have really on your thoughts on Drew Peterson. Let's get into some more news, though. A little bit of a Celtics sale update as well. You guys do not know, we broke down a couple of videos talking about the Celtics sale, but in this, we see from Boston Sports Gordo that the general consensus is that the Celtics organization is likely to be able to keep this front ownership intact, with Steve Paglugia obviously the co-owner of the team, making sure that he is able to retain it. We want to look at this kind of snippet from Adam Himmelsbach in from the Boston Globe. We can see that he's grateful and thankful for the 20-year partnership he's obviously enjoyed with Wyc and Irv Grousbeck, the Epstein family, and all the incredible Celtics investment partners, yada, yada, yada. But if you look at the end of the bottom there, being a co-investor and managing partner of the Celtics has been a great honor and labor of love. I hope to be a part of the Celtics moving forward and be a proud participant in the bidding process that has been announced today. So, looking like the Celtics are wanting to keep it internally, looking like they want to keep this, intact. We want to look at this tweet. This is courtesy of Cameron Tabataby, and this is the betting odds for the games for the owner, obviously. And if you want to see where Steve is, he is the second odds, obviously, there. Now, Fenway Sports Group, John Henry, we talked about them possibly getting how the Celtics fans and majority of Boston Celtics fans don't want them to get it. They're around the fourth or fifth option. Jeff Bezos sold about $5 billion of stock in Amazon. A lot of people were hinting at that possibly with the Boston Celtics. We'll have to keep an eyes on there. Some funny names that are definitely on here, like Tom Brady, obviously. You see David Ortiz down the bottom, Larry Bird, even Bill Simmons, LeBron James. It's kind of funny, but obviously we're going to see what happens. I think it's going to try to stay internally. I still think that the Boston Celtics are going to try to keep this kind of thing with the Celtics ownership because they want to make sure that the players are still represented well, still get that money, and still kind of have that, I guess, mindset for this franchise. They don't want to sell this franchise and have somebody kind of change it up and switch it up for the players because then who knows? Some of them might want to leave in free agency or some of them might not like the ownership if they're not giving them the money that Wick and obviously everybody's paying out right now. So we'll have to wait and see. That's a little bit of an update on that. And then the last thing that we're going to be breaking down and talking about is the coaching staff update. Now, if we want to look at this tweet from Noah Dalzell, this is also from that article from Adam Himmelsbach. So go check that out if you guys can from the Boston Globe. But it is a little snippet right here. And we're seeing that it looks like Sam Cassell will assume the role of the lead assistant head coach, where DJ Mackley, Tony Dobbins, and Matt Reynolds will all move up. And if we want to look at this, obviously, we can see from the snippet of the part of the article when Celtics assistant Charles Lee was hired to coach the Hornets. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla said several times that the team intended to fill the void by promoting from within. This is what is taking place. So all three of those guys are obviously, or all four of those guys, excuse me, are all moving up a seat according to league sources. So now Sam Cassell will be the lead assistant, and we've already broken that down. But the other guys in DJ McClay, Tony Dobbins, and Matt Reynolds will also be moving up. And we also have some more news as well relating to that from Boston Sports Photo, which is still in this article, where the Celtics have hired Da'Sean Butler, one of Joe Mazzulla's old teammates from the University of West Virginia, and he is going to be a player developmental coach. A nice guy to bring on to the staff. Again, another player that knows Joe Mazzulla and someone that I trust with Joe Mazzulla at the helm. We've obviously have discussed how the Boston Celtics have gone through a plethora of assistant coaches throughout the years, but Joe Mazzulla this year getting to handpick his assistants and selecting Sam Cassell and Charles Lee was huge for the Celtics' success because he knew that they could help out in the areas that he didn't really understand and they could get into those players and develop them well. Sam Cassell, already recognized throughout the league, was a player that played for the Boston Celtics. He knew that those guys were going to buy in and play for him. And now him moving up to that lead assistant is huge. We obviously wish Charles Lee the best in Charlotte. And we've already seen some clips of Charles Lee leading the practice. And even though it does look, seeing him in, that purple and teal, I do want to wish him the best of luck as that head coach with the Charlotte Hornets. I do think they have a nice culture building up there possibly soon. And if Charles Lee can be that guy to bring it to them, that'd be awesome for him as well because he's well deserving of that head coaching job. Obviously, Sam Cassell, though, huge props to him. Huge props to this other guy, to Da'Sean Butler as well, who's coming in, as well as the player developmental head coach. And if you guys did not see, ex-Boston Celtics Kemba Walker, who did retire recently, is the player developmental coach for developmental coach for the Charlotte Hornets. Excuse me, tongue twister right there. But yes, that is absolutely cool as well. Honestly, I'm very excited for Sam Cassell. I'm very excited for this coaching staff as well. I do trust in Joe Mazzulla. Even though we are losing Charles Lee, I still think that will still be a tough team to beat, especially with bringing everybody back on these veteran minimums and everybody kind of buying into winning this Banner 19 as well next year. I think the Boston Celtics are set up for that. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. How are you guys feeling about this team? How are you guys feeling about the offseason? Like I said, Summer League is coming up. We will have videos breaking down Summer League as well. Once I am available to do the watch-along live streams, we will have those coming as well for the Summer League if they are available, if you guys want them. So make sure to stay tuned. Make sure to stay up to date. If you want to stay in tap on everything Boston Celtics, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. We hit 5,000 subscribers just a couple of days ago. We're already up to 5,300, which is just crazy, guys. So keep up the work. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. We really do appreciate it over here. Once again, I'm Bruce Veliz. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode where we broke down all the latest Celtics news. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your night. Happy 4th of July. And go, Boston Celtics.